I'm Cherise George, and I'm here with Rafer Alston, former NBA player, Miami Heat, Houston Rockets, Orlando Magic, New Jersey Nets. List goes on, correct? But before you became NBA player Rafer Alston, you were Skip Samalu. You got your fame with And One. Now you're back with Ball Up, and you guys have a game coming up this weekend. Tell me more about it.
This, event that we put on every year all across United States, even sometimes overseas. This year we trying to find players that can make the baller team for next year. So we go to cities like here in New York, which this Saturday we have like an open run tryouts. Everybody come out and play. Then we'll pick 10 guys that play against the baller team later on that night.
Okay, so you're coaching, is that correct?
Yeah.
So you're not playing?
No, I'm not playing.
All right, okay, we'll move forward then. So now, with the Knicks and the Nets, newborn rivalry, Nets made some acquisitions in this offseason. Knicks did the same. How do you feel about that rivalry this coming up season?
It's going to be strong. I think the acquisitions for the Nets, if you look at their roster now, especially the starting five, it's a little stronger than the Knicks. I think long-term, the acquisition for the Knicks is a little better than the long-term for the Nets. So they're both in a win-now situation, but I think the Nets is more, with that roster, with getting Garnett and Pierce, that's more win this year type of deal, whereas the Knicks still have a little room to either win now this year or still next year and further on.
So you're a Queens native, and we just acquired, the Knicks just acquired Ron Artest, right?
Metta World Peace.
Metta World Peace. I apologize. So the Knicks just acquired Metta World Peace. Have you ever played with Metta World Peace?
Yeah, I played with Metta in Houston. We played together in Houston.
So, and it's also, the Knicks are looking for a backup point guard. Is there any interest there, you think?
I don't know what they're doing with point guard wise, but I'm a phone call away. They know that. I'm pretty sure I can help them at the point, especially as backing up Felton. But they need to decide where they're going at point, because I think in the playoffs, as we saw against Indiana, that position is a little drop-off from the starter to the backer, whereas Indiana, it wasn't much of a drop-off from Hill to Augustine. So, but I think those guys play well. I think Prigioni does well with starters as in backup guys. So it's kind of tricky with those guys because him and Felton can play together.
Last question, Knicks or Nets?
I love them both. I love the Nets now. I'm really more Knick, but being at the Nets and moved to Brooklyn, they're part of New York now, I got to love them both.